So a couple days ago, I made a video about how Hamilton might not work as a theatrical movie because of just the way the Broadway show basically runs. It just wouldn't. I think there's possibilities as to where it could. I don't see them though. But today is going to be kind of the opposite of that video because like a year ago, The Greatest Showman got announced that it's becoming a Broadway show. And I was super excited to hear that, but the more I thought of it, I don't know if it could work the whole way through. Now, I am extremely optimistic. This is I can understand this a lot better than Hamilton could work as a theatrical movie. I can understand this a lot more. I feel like this could work better. I think The Greatest Showman could work better as a Broadway show than a Broadway show like Hamilton could work as a movie. So, first of all, so you can see my thoughts out of the way. The Greatest Showman is still the second best movie I've ever seen in my life. I think it's lovely. I think it's the best thing ever. It's amazing. So, what can't work as a Broadway show from this movie? Well, my number one thing. Now, it is a Broadway show. It's not supposed to be exactly adapted, so I can kind of see how this works. But the opening song is going to work very well. I can, automatically... Every circus scene should work phenomenally. It'll work great on stage. But it's the scene after The Greatest... Now, these are spoilers ahead for The Greatest Showman. If you haven't seen the movie, you might not make sense of what I'm talking about here because I'm not putting up any clips of the movie on the screen. We're just going to talk. All right. So after the first song, we get a cut to him as a child looking like Timothy Chalamet, or as Adam Sandler calls it, Showman. I'm sorry. So how would that work? Number one. So are they just gonna walk off stage? Is it just gonna be a hard pause, or is the kid just gonna walk on, and then the other actors just walk off? I don't know. My next big thing is this next part. Are they just gonna get a kid on Broadway full time? Are they just gonna do that? Like, for the years he's gonna be on Broadway for that opening show. I don't know how long. Hamilton did it for a while. But, they're just gonna have him on? Forever? Is there just gonna be a kid who can sing? Just on Broadway? Is that it? I'm sure they'll get someone, an adult, 18 at least. It looks like a kid, but, still, that's kind of ridiculous. I don't know how they do that, but I'm sure. Well, honestly, movies just dress up Ben Platt as a 18-year-old when he's 27, so they can do anything. But, so even if they did get a kid, during A Million Dreams, there is a cut where the kid singing cuts to Hugh Jackman singing. And it's a pretty powerful scene, but in the movie, it kind of I'm gonna go back and check, and I'm gonna explain exactly how it goes. All right, so they're singing, and then the song kind of slows down without lyrics. P.T. Barnum figures out he wants to join the circus, and he does that. He grows up. He goes to Charity's house. Then they start singing after that. So that is where my theory of what they're going to do is kind of debunked. That problem is kind of out the window because in the song version, it cuts from la 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 every night. It's a hard cut from the kid to Hugh Jackman singing. It's right there. In the movie, they kind of slow it down. So I'm assuming they're going to go the movie route where they're just going to be young P.T. Barnum joining the circus, and then he'll follow the circus people. I don't know. Somehow he'll get off the stage, and then big boy P.T. Barnum, Hugh Jackman. Well, I'm assuming Hugh Jackman's not going to be on the Broadway show. Maybe that'd be cool. But yeah, he's gonna come up, and then they're gonna start singing because the rest of the show is pretty much just him. So yeah, I can kind of see that now, but I don't know. I just felt kind of weird in my head mainly because I listened to the Spotify version. I don't really I watched The Greatest Showman enough to where I should know this off the top of my head, but I just listen to Spotify more. So, let's think about the rest of the show. There are a lot of scenes, and that is an example of one I got wrong. I thought it was just a hard cut from the kids singing to Hugh Jackman, but there is some time in between. What about the time they go to England? What are they going to do there? Huh? That's pretty much just a cut. They just go to England. Cool. It's a movie, right? Let's take Mean Girls, for example. Like, the main setting is a high school. And if it's not at the high school, it's at someone's house, which you don't even need a background for that. You just know they're at someone's house. Like, if they're not at school, you know they're at school. You know they're at a house. It's just what a high school movie is. And then when they adapted it to the stage play, which I've never seen, but I can just assume that they don't need to do all this stuff. I've seen one clip of the Broadway show, and I just can tell, like, yeah, I know where that is because I'm not a freaking idiot. But now there's this Greatest Showman one where they're in a bunch of different places. They're in the circus now. They're in this place. They're in freaking England. So, like, it's just going to be a lot of movement. It's just, like, there's not really a lot of scenes in Mean Girls. Like, there's a Halloween party, which is still at a house, and I can tell that it's a Halloween party because they've all got costumes on. I can tell that. But you really have to put the setting across in a movie like The Greatest Showman on stage because, oh my gosh. Like, because I don't know. If you haven't seen the movie, like, obviously you know that's England because there's the Queen of England. But you have to let people know that on stage because you can't just transform that entire stage into England in 5 seconds. Like, obviously they're going to explain it, but it's just like, how are they going to go that fast? Well, again, I am much more open to the idea of The Greatest Showman becoming a musical because I think it can genuinely work. I think it can genuinely be better than what The Greatest Showman, than what Hamilton can be as a movie. Because, like, The Greatest Showman isn't constant songs. The Greatest Showman actually only has 9 songs. There are multiple repeats of songs, but there's only 9 total songs. So they spread it out. The movie is only an hour and 40 minutes long, and if they had other songs, you're just shooting yourself in the foot now. Like, Hamilton can't work as a movie. I mean, it can, but you're gonna have like a 4-hour runtime if you're gonna stop the songs. Like, I don't know. If anything, if Hamilton's a movie, it's pretty much just going to be it's pretty much just going to be a Broadway show with different settings, you know? I don't know. The Greatest Showman musical, I'm sure it will be good. I'm sure they'll figure out everything. These are just my thoughts, but yeah. I don't know. This is much less in-depth than the Hamilton thing, but I'm out of breath.